Dead Body was one of those movies I'd never heard of before and was just hoping for some fun. It's an 80-minute horror movie about a group of kids that goes to a cabin in the woods. We've seen that plot, we've heard that plot thousands of times before, but how they have this interesting take on it, it's kind of fun. It's all about these kids who are going to Harvard, or some of them are anyway, and it's this sort of preppy guy who invites his sisters to come up for the weekend before they kind of move on with their lives and just have a fun weekend. But the sister's a party animal and she's invited a slew of other people that seems to get on the brother's nerves almost immediately, because he just wants to have some quiet time with his sister, and these people are going to ruin this sort of last blowout before they move on with the next step in their lives. And we have an array of characters. We have some who have obvious crushes on each other, who are with other people. We have somebody who's a little bit of an outward character that doesn't belong in this situation, with somebody who's a little bit of an introvert. Basically, you have archetypes within this story, and they're all here in this cabin, and it is a low budget movie, and they're kind of bored. You know, they've had a couple of drinks, nothing's really happening. They decide to play a game, and somebody suggests the game Dead Body. They each take a bit of paper. On one of it says the killer. They turn out the lights, they go and hide, and the killer can kill people in the dark, and then when the lights come back on, they try and figure out who the killer was, and blah blah blah. In this version, however, somebody is actually killing off the other participants, and it's one of these movies that I figured out very early on who the killer was. There is a specific reason behind it, and even that is fairly obvious if you've seen these kind of things before, but it doesn't really detract from the movie because we know roughly where it's going to end. It's one of those movies with the conceit of having the final girl at the start of the movie being hunted down, pausing with a weapon right above her, and she goes, "Oh, it's you," and then it jumped 12 hours earlier to when the all scene began again. It's something that we've seen done before, but it's done fairly well here. And we have an array of characters that are actually kind of interesting, and I found them to be rather fun. Good casting on this behalf. Character actors that I hadn't seen before, that I found them engaging enough that I knew who each of them were almost instantly by their dress sense or the way they spoke. It was well set out like that. The deaths are rather inventive and fun and vicious, and they don't seem at all movie-like. They seem rather rapid and bloody and disgusting and frenzied, which is probably the key word. And then we have this driving mystery, which unfortunately for me was a little bit too easy to figure out. But I had a lot of fun with Dead Body. It was a movie that kept me entertained for its 80-minute runtime. I've been watching a lot of slasher movies recently, and there was nothing in here that made me roll my eyes or turn off or become bored throughout it. It held my attention. I had some nice, interesting set pieces, some tense set pieces, and the way it played with all the characters all being suspicious of each other worked really well in the movie. In fact, it was one of my favourite parts of it, the way that they constantly flipped their suspicions on whoever was near them for valid reasons as well, which is something that you don't always get in these movies. They start to rationalise the situation and come out with sensible answers as to why things are possibly happening. Dead Body's good. It's not the greatest movie, but in the slasher pantheon, it's a lot better than some of the movies I have seen. For a good one-time watch, again, couple of beers, sit back, lights out, check this thing out, disengage the brain, you're going to get a movie that's going to zip by and keep you fairly entertained for that 80-minute runtime. I gave Dead Body 3 out of 5, well worth checking out, and if you have Shudder UK, you will find it on there. I think it's always on, also on Amazon Prime as well. Let me know if you've seen it, what you thought of it. Let me know, comment box below, and I'll see you next time on Man vs Film.